Good morning, students. This is your English teacher Manoj Kumar Verma. Today I am with you an English poem of CBSE class 10 from the first flight. Hmm. Written by Leslie Norris is a Welsh poet and story writer. Among his poems, A Tiger in the Zoo is one of them. The tiger in the zoo. In this poem, the poet tries to depict the mental condition of a caged tiger. He compares the life of a tiger in the zoo with its life in its natural habitat. The poet conveys an important message that the wild animal should be in their natural habitat. The poem, as you are seeing over here, the poem is of five stanza. There are the three stanza. The fourth, and fifth. These three stanza describes the tiger in the zoo, and the second and third stanza describe the tiger in the natural habitat. So let's see that he stalks in his vivid stripes a few steps of his cage. The poet is creating a vivid picture here. The poet he stalks in his vivid stripes. The body of the tiger is yellow, and there is a black stripes on his body, which seems to the poet is a very nice, very attractive. And this tiger is taking a very few steps inside the cage on the pad of velvet white. His pad, his just paw are very soft as velvet here. And in his quiet rage, generally the tiger is very rage, very anger, but he is quiet because his freedom has been taken by the human being. Now, the second stanza, the poet has a sympathy to the tiger and describing that he should be lurking in the shadow. The poet is saying that the tiger should be at present in the shadow, sliding through the long grass. It should be, the tiger should slide softly moved, hidden himself in the long grass near the water hole where there is a water. He should be there, and where the pump means fatty deer, should be there, come to drink water, and he should attack on the pump deer and just acquaint his appetite. He should be second stanza, third stanza is he should be snarling around the houses at the jungle edge. The poet is saying that the tiger should be moving all around the houses in the village, in the jungle edge, and snarling. Snarling means making sound, roaming with the making sound, bearing his white fangs. White fangs means white teeth, showing the white things and his claws, terrorizing the villagers, terrorizing the village. The people of the village, they are very terrorized to see the sight of the tiger in the jungle. But the poet has sympathy. The poet is saying that, but he is locked in a concrete cell. The tiger is locked. The tiger is just kept inside the concrete cell. He cannot move any longer. His strength is behind the wall. His complete natural strength is not outside. His natural strength is behind the concrete cell, concrete wall. Stalks the length of this cage. He is only taking a few steps of the cage, not moving far, ignoring the visitors. He just ignores the visitors. He does not pay attention to the visitors because he hates somewhere to the visitors, because they have taken their natural freedom. At last stanza, he hears the last voice at night of the patrolling car. The curator just look at the tiger or the other animal at night, whether they are in good condition or not, and that is why they are moving here and there with a car. And it is comparing over here to the patrolling car of the police in the society, and stares with the brilliant stars. The tiger was seeing at the brilliant stars, shining stars at the brilliant eyes, with his shining eyes. Actually, he was looking at the brilliant stars because he is praying to God for his freedom. Okay, So there are some literary devices also. In the first stanza, you are seeing that vivid stripes. In this vivid stripe, there is a literary device. Here it is assonance, because there is a vowel sound in the middle. It is repeated. I is a vowel sound. It is repeated, so it is assonance. And the second literary device is the personification. The poem is starting with he, so he denotes that the poem is of the tiger is represented as a human being. The third is alliteration. Some alliteration is also like this. In the second stanza or first stanza, you can see that the stalks his stripes. Here there is a s sound is repeated, and second is he hears. He hears. In the last stanza, he hears. He sound is repeated, so it is alliteration. Behind bar you can see that behind bar it is also a personification. B sound is repeated over here, so behind bar is also a literary device of alliteration. And very important alliteration is very important literary device is imagery. So imagery is the great imagination. The poet is creating the vivid stripes. The tiger is yellow in size, and its body is white, yellow, and black stripes of its body. And this is the good imagery created by the poet, that his body is yellow and black stripes over there. So at last, that the poet is using the oxymoron, the quiet rage. Oxymoron means the opposite meaning, opposite adjectives. The rage is anger, rage is anger, and quiet is calm. So this is quite opposite. Where there is a anger, it should not be calm. The tiger is anger itself, but he should not be calm. So it is oxymoron used by the poet. Thank you student. I hope this video is very fruitful. Thank you very much. Stay at home and be safe.